Hey guys, happy Monday to all of you beautiful people. It is Monday, June 15th, 2020. It's another day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. My name is Simene, the student teacher, and this is
Tameka Chapman. Hello, I'm your perseverance mindset coach.
Hey, listen. This is the perseverance mindset coach. So she perseveres to get my mindset right so we can come on this Facebook Live with y'all tonight, okay? So this is what we're doing tonight, okay? So if you see the title, now listen, share this with your friends, share this with your aunties, share this with your girlfriend, share it with those who are speakers or authors or coaches who have a business. Share this with them because this is going to be some really good information. If you're a minister, share this with them because a good message will help your crowd. A good message will help set people free. So share this out with your friends. Share this in your groups. This is going to be pretty cool and pretty good. I think this is the first time me and Tameka has actually did something just us two together. So this is exciting.
It's good. It's good.
So if you see the title, it's called Content Beyond Google. And so me and Tameka, we have these debriefings every so often. And so I was sharing with her some things, like she's always sharing things with me. So I was like, Tameka, I really am gonna share some things with you really, really soon. I always tell her that like probably like 5 times. So then this particular night, I really did share some stuff that I had that I wanted to do. And so she was like, all right, let's do it. And so this is how
Let's
you
make it
can.
happen. Yes.
And see, she's just one of those women who, if God give her an idea or you share something with her and it resonates with her, she like, all right, let's do it. She don't be doing a whole bunch of asking questions, talking about, and what I'm about to say is no disrespect to anybody because I love to pray, I really do. But you have some people who will say, "Oh, well, let me go pray about it." Well, pray about it. You don't ask the Lord to help you. You want to connect with people. Lord, I need, my next step. I really want these ideas. Right? You done prayed about this stuff, and the moment He sent it to you, it's like, let me go pray about it. And Tameka, this is what I found out about. A lot of people use "let me go pray about it" as an excuse because they too afraid, they don't
Yeah.
believe they can do it, or they unsure. What's up, Nita?
Absolutely.
So, go pray about this, right? Go pray about what we're gonna talk about because there's gonna be a call to action at the end. So you start praying now. So then you get in your mind that when the call to action comes, you ready. Okay, Jesus,
Yeah.
they're gonna start praying to you now. Okay, so they can't tell us at the end, they're gonna pray about it. But when you think about, did you want to say anything about that, speaker?
No, I'm right there with you. It's all about procrastination, right? When
Yep.
that whole thing, well, let me pray about it. Well, give me a day to simmer on it for a moment. A lot of times they want it, but when it hits them and it's like right there, they're not ready. They're really not ready. And so it's all about getting ready. So staying ready so you don't have to get ready. And when you are praying for something, if you have this relationship with Jesus, because He is my bro, okay? When you have this
Jesus is
relationship with
our
Jesus,
bro. He's our bro. Okay. Jesus is our
hashtag
bro.
hashtag Jesus is my bruh. Yes,
God
He
is our
is.
father. Jesus is the son. He's our bro. Just so you understand.
Just so you understand. So when you praying for this thing, you praying for your business to pop off, you praying for, your next level, you praying for a financial downpour, some kind of blessing to happen to you. And like, okay, you prayed for it. Now you have to ready yourself. You have to make yourself ready. So when the opportunity presents itself, now you don't have to go back in the shell talking about, okay, let me just pray a little bit more. No,
Mm-hmm.
you already asked God for it. So what you praying again for?
Mm-hmm.
He's giving you what it is that you prayed for. It may not look like what you thought it was going to look like. It may not come with this big red bow that say, hey, this is signed by Jesus, but it is signed by Him because He is answering your prayer. And it's never going to happen in the order that you think is going to happen, right? It happens according to His time when you are ready, when He knows you're ready. And so again, don't procrastinate on it. When you've been praying for your next step, your next opportunity, and somebody just happens to give you an opportunity, take it, run with it, and say thank you in advance for the blessing, Jesus.
Amen. Because Jesus is our hashtag bruh. Okay. Just so you know. So listen, content beyond Google. So I'm a reading teacher by vocation. By daytime, I'm a teacher. Nighttime, I turn into content. Okay, just so you
Okay.
know, I turn to the student teacher. Right, but so so when you look up, and I like to give people, definitions of words so they can kind of understand. Most people who are in the entrepreneur space understand it, but for those who may be new to it, when you talk about content, synonym could be like an idea, but it's really a topic or matter treated in a written work. So with content, you can either do video content like what me and Tameka are doing right now. It could be written content, whether it's a blog, you can put it in a book, you can do a white paper, video content or audio content can come off through a podcast. And so tonight we're happen to do it through video content. We're presenting to you information through verbal form. Okay, so an idea and topics. And tonight we happen to be talking about, we have 3 things that we're going to talk about. And I'll let Tameka tell you that right now.
So listen, everybody, listen. We've heard all the complaints. We've seen all the posts. A lot of times y'all posting is not on target with who your target audience is or who you say your target audience is. And so what we decided to do was come on and provide you ways to find content that you can use for your social media platforms, whether, like Simene said, in whatever format you present that, video, audio, written, whatever that is. We are providing you ways to find content. If you don't know how to find content, this is where you need to be. So make sure you share this out, because we are getting ready to give you the business. Okay, we are going to share 3 ways over tonight. We're going to share with you 1 way tonight. I'm so excited about it. We're coming back next Monday, y'all. We're coming back next Monday and giving you another way to find more content for your social media. And then on Friday, next Friday, y'all not ready for this triple action. So we're going to be here 3 times in a row giving you ways to learn how to find content for your platform, I should say. I'm sorry. And so tonight we're going to be talking about pain points. The number 1 way, the easiest way to provide content for your platform. So I'm excited to dive right all into this, because this is some real good, juicy stuff. So I'm excited about it. Totally excited about it. And it's like I said, it's the easiest thing. When you go at it this way, it's the easiest thing. Okay, so you ready, Simene?
Yeah, so before you get into yours with the pain point, so when I think about content, I think about 3 types, and I had to write this down to make sure I stay focused, because I can start talking about Jesus, my bruh, and all kinds of stuff, right? That just right now we gotta stay on topic. But you have value added content, okay,
Yes.
and that could be inspirational, education, entertainment. Many of you know me. When I come on, I'm typically about the inspiration and I'm about the information. And I usually do that now predominantly through video. And so if you've ever tuned into any of the videos and listened to them, this is where I give a lot of inspiration. I give a lot of information. Entertainment is also value added content. Tameka, I just hopped on TikTok, honey, maybe like a week ago. You can't tell me anything. So now I'm on TikTok, where I'm doing more of my entertainment. I have Snapchat. I know I'm a ways behind with Snapchat, but I'm on Snapchat now too. So that's more of my entertainment. Those are usually 3 types of content that people look for. So with the value added, the promotional, and then the connection content. How are you connecting with people? With the promotional, if you have a business, you have an opportunity, how are you promoting that? And I think the rule that I've heard is like 80-20. 80% of your information should be content should be information, giving people things, and 20% of it should be, your business thing, because it doesn't want to seem like you're always selling somebody something without, giving them something. Now, I have a different spin on this, because I know a lot of times people say, people don't tune in until they realize it's something in it for them. It's like, what's in it for me? And I think that's good, but I think it's also very selfish, because if you're always looking for what's in it for you and never to give back, it's almost like, I think that's very selfish. And so at some point you got to be able to get something for yourself in return for what you're pouring out. So if you're always going to people's lives trying to figure out what you can get for yourself but never add value to it, I think that's a very selfish person. And if you're only always just trying to sell to people, I think, on the flip side is always it can be a selfish person. Now, again, before we can make these judgments about people, I think we should have really said that we have followed them. Because for some people, they may think they only see, oh, I'm posting about books or I'm posting about something I'm doing. But I do a lot of live videos. And if you don't tune into that, then you're going to miss it and think all I ever want to do is promote. The same thing with Tameka. If you only see her when she's promoting her thing, she has a great event coming up soon. If you only tuning in here and there, then you can make those judgments. But I'm talking about people that you really follow, that you really listen to. It's like, oh, okay, they don't always do that. So those are my added statements, ma'am. So I'm gonna turn it back over to you because hashtag is my bruh.
Absolutely. I agree with everything that you said. I agree with that. This is great learning. Tonight we're giving valuable information. We're giving it away because we want to see everybody succeed. And I think that's what happens when you are a true supporter. And it's not about competition. It's all about helping everybody, because if we help somebody, they can help somebody. Now we're turning a whole thing into everybody helping somebody else. And that's what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. So again, tonight we are talking about the number one way for content for your audience, for your target audience. How do you get in front of them? How do you find them? And that comes down to, as Simene mentioned, what is your niche? Who is it that you're targeting? Who is it that you're trying to talk to? And I think the easiest part comes from that is, have you gone through what it is have you gone through the same things that the people that you're targeting? Right? Sometimes that's the easiest way to find your purpose, find your niche, is if you have gone through something similar to who you are targeting. You now know what they're going through. You know how to talk to them because you've gone through it. What did you want somebody to tell you? How did you want somebody to help you and help you move forward and give you guidance with that? And so for me, it's all about perseverance, right? I'm just going to give you an example. For me, it's all about perseverance. I can talk about perseverance. I can talk to somebody who is currently going through a challenge or an obstacle and help them to see it's okay to smile. It's okay to breathe while you're going through this, because I've gone through it. My journey of 18 years to becoming a mother was all about perseverance. There's no way I could have my two beautiful children now if I did not persevere, if I did not hold on. And so a lot of pain points are right there in that little clip. Losing faith, losing hope, wanting and desiring for something. And again, it doesn't have to be all about a medical situation or a fertility situation. It's all about the obstacles that people have to overcome. And so pain points, think about those pain points. For me, if I was to target women who are currently going through fertility issues or currently trying to have a child, I know how to talk to her because I was once there for a very, very long time. So I could hit on things of, talking about how I felt disappointed, frustrated, angry, judgmental, alone, in depression. I felt alone even when I was surrounded by so many people that loved me. That's what you talk about. So you create your content around that. You create a post. And one thing that I always say is just be authentic, be transparent, because that's how you connect the most. That's how you connect the best, I should say. For me, I don't mind being open about my journey. It took me a long time to get to the point of being open about it. But once I started talking about it, I started actually healing. That was before I had children. I was able to start healing from the pain and the frustration and the anger that I'd held on to for so long, trying to make something happen that just wasn't happening at all. And again, that's the main part of how you create the content. How do you create content is starting with knowing what are the pain points of the target audience that you see. So again, if I was to talk about frustration, put a picture of yourself frowning up, right? A picture of yourself frowning, of dealing with frustration. How did that feel? I can tell you, I can show you how that feel just by remembering of what I went through and having just snap a picture of myself or even a picture back then in that time and look at yourself then and look at yourself now. What's the difference? Do you notice the difference in the way you smile, right? So now that's another thing. You talk about how you were then. Now you talk about the journey and how you went through it and things that you did, but then you also mentioned how you are now. That's is like the ABC part of it. Then the journey and then now. Allow people to see your journey. Allow them to see that you've overcome and that they too can overcome, because that's what people really need. They don't want to just come to you for you to drag them down and keep them down. They want to know that there is a light on the other side. They want to know that that little glimmer of light that they see on the way down the tunnel, that they can get there. One day they'll be able to get there. And so you're providing hope. You're providing a little courage to them. You're providing a blueprint, a map for them, the path that they actually need in order to do that. So see yourself as the GPS of your target audience. When you consider yourself as the guide or the GPS, now you can start to show them how to navigate their path. And that's what it's all about.
Hey, pretty girl. I thought I seen that door open. Hey, boo. Hey, boo.
I'm hiding her, girl. I'm hiding her. This is blessing number 2. I'm hiding her. Oh my gosh. But that's what I would say about it should be the easiest way to create content, because it depends on who is your target audience. You have to know who you serve. Who is it that you are called to serve? Who is it that you want to serve, that you desire to serve? Who is it that it wakes you up in the middle of the night and say, hey, oh my gosh, okay, I got another idea. This is who I want to reach out to. This is what I want to tell them. Oh my gosh, this is going to help somebody. Who is that somebody? So once you know who that somebody is and you can figure out what those pain points are, you talk to those pain points. And I give my girl a name. Her name is Anna. I have an Anna. Actually, I just did a virtual paint party. So, I mean, I just did a virtual paint party, and I painted Anna. I have my avatar in painted canvas beauty. Okay.
I love it.
So I talked to her, and I was like, hey, this is what you need to do. This is the next step for you, right? And so create your avatar. Who is she? What does she look like? Or he? Who is he? What does he look like? What does he do? Where does he live? Is he or she married, single, whatever? Whoever your target is, you need to know who they are, everything about them, whether they're married, single, living alone, engaged, whatever. Where do they work? Where do they live? Are they entrepreneurs, full-time, parallelpreneurs? What are they? You need to know all of that about your audience, but also you need to think about their behaviors. What is it about them, their actions? What is it that they do? Where do they hang out? Why do they hang out there? Are they finding value there? So you have to do your research to find out who your target is. But once you find all that information, you then have content galore. Hello. You have content galore. And again, it ties along with your own journey, because once you've gone through it, you now are able to help them go through it as well.
Hey, pretty girl. Yeah. Hey, Davis. Hey, pretty mama.
You want to say hello?
She's looking like, I'm not even here for it. Listen, I understand. I understand.
Yeah. But so again, this is all about just making it easy for you to learn how to create content. I always tell people, get a journal, grab a journal, and just start writing. Just start writing whatever it is that you want to write. Do some brainstorming. Some people call it brainstorm. Some call it brain dump. Call it whatever you want to call it. Just write. Scribble if you have to. Write some things down. Because once you start writing it down, you'll start feeling some things. And those are the feelings that you want to tap into. Because if you're feeling it while you're writing, other people are going to feel that too. Because that's the authentic rawness of what it is that you're doing. So I would definitely tell you to write and write some more. because it's going to help you figure out what it is that you need to say, what it is that you want to say, and what it is that people need to hear. Normally, the first thing that comes to mind is not going to be what it is that they need to hear, because you're trying to be so formal with it. You're trying to, sound right with it. You're trying to look right with it. Nobody cares about all of that. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can pay for all these, high expensive type graphic packages, these bundles that everybody's selling. Okay, I'm going to be punctual, but grammarly incorrect, right? Uh, ain't nobody trying to hear all that. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
trying to sell that. Yeah, you can have a cute graphic, ain't nothing wrong with that. But they want to know that you are real, that you are raw, that you are authentic, you are transparent, because they're going to tap into who you are. They're going to be able to love who you are, and then they want to follow you.
Yeah.
Then they want to hear more about you. Then they want to contact you and engage with you even more, have a conversation with you. You never know where it could take you when you just tune into who you are and be okay with that. Just tune into who you are, be okay with it, and share that. Share your message. Share with people if you're still going through it, your daily struggle, because somebody else is going through it too.
Yeah.
So find your tribe. That's how you find your tribe, by being authentic, being transparent. I'm not saying put all your business out here in the streets. No, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
But you have to know that you have to talk to people and let them know that you are their answer. You are their answer. Oh, here's one thing. TJ Mercer. I don't know if you all know her. I don't know how you don't know her if you don't know her, but TJ Mercer. Oh, she's waving at you now, girl. She's waving at you. Um, TJ Mercer, she has this thing where she has us to talk about being an answered prayer. She calls us SAP. She makes us say that we are a SAP, someone's answered prayer.
Well, I like that.
So what it is that I know, what it is that I do, my knowledge, my expertise, my being, my everything about me is somebody else's answered prayer. And so when I heard her say that, I was just like, oh, that just goes so much in alignment with who I am. And it's going to make sure that you stay in that mindset of that. It's not about keeping it to yourself. It's about sharing it, because somebody else needs to hear it. Somebody needs to hear it. Somebody needs to read it. Somebody needs to experience it. You just share it, and then share it some more, because you are somebody's answered prayer. And if you put yourself in that mindset, matter of fact, write that down. SAP, someone's answer prayer. Yes, Tavis, you are someone's answer prayer. Write that down, and then write down the things that you know. Write down the things that you know somebody else needs to know, or you think that they want to know it. Write that down. Once you do that, you just start writing stuff about it. What about that does somebody want to know? What about that does somebody need to know? So that's what you do. You're creating content the entire time. The more you write, the more you're going to dive into it, the more you're going to feel it, the more you're going to feel emotions about it, because that's when you're diving deep into it. And then here's another tactic with that. Here's another tactic with all this writing. Write down the word why. Why are you doing this? When you answer that, why? Ask why to that answer. When you get that answer, ask why to that answer. You do that about a good 4 or 5 times, because then you're going to get down into the nitty gritty of why you're really doing what you're doing. It's going to invoke emotion. Sorry, y'all. Hold on.
That's okay. This is called being a boss mom. Okay, she telling you about content and taking care of her baby girl. That's a lot.
But
Mhm.
when you get down to about that 4th or 5th why, maybe the 6th why, it may take you to answer that 6 times, but you're going to feel emotion. You're going to feel so much emotion, because you are tapping into what it is that you're really called to do. Why are you doing it? Why? So you can ask yourself that all day long, but you have to be honest in your answers. Nobody's looking for you to be perfect. You're writing this down for yourself. So be real with yourself first and foremost. When you can be real with yourself, you can be real with other people. So
Hey.
answer that why about 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 times. Once you start to feel the emotion come from it, you're going to feel a release as well, because you're now releasing all of the stuff that's been built up in you, that is now going to allow you to share it with others, to tap into them, connect with them, and allow them to see that you are their answered prayer. Absolutely. So that's my whole thing on pain points, tapping into those pain points. And it's not even about trying to tap into the hard side of them, make them cry, make them want to be a part of you. It's not even that. This is how you talk to them. You're talking to their pain point. Let them know that you are an answer, a solution to that pain point. That's what it's all about. Not getting over on somebody. Because I do see that happening a lot. I'm not gonna call any names, but I do see that happening a lot of people just posting stuff and making people feel certain kind of ways, and that's, yeah, it's marketing, but you don't have to go so far with it all the time. I do believe that those that you are called to serve will naturally be attracted to you once you tap into who you authentically are and start sharing that message without um, sacrificing your morals and your ethics and just being a good human being. That's my whole spiel, girl. That's my whole spiel.
That is good. So I'm gonna just add to what I'm trying to say. So she's being a boss with her baby. I'm being a boss with this phone. So, all right. One thing that I will add, and so you can't even see it, but when you first started, I wrote it down. You can't really see, but I have ABCs. So when I think about, the pain points of the student teacher, when I think about the pain points of the student teacher, I always say the ABCs of the student teachers. A for academics, B, books that include the Bible, C, coaching and crucial conversation. So everything that I do ties around those three things. Now, what I realized when Tameka started talking about being authentic, and see, guys, this is the thing: when you're authentic, people will naturally be attracted to you. They'll come to you for stuff that they think you can provide for them because they see you doing it. And it's like, if she did it or he did it for himself, he can definitely teach me. Please don't ever teach people something that you're not doing because you become a fraud. It's like, if you just take in what you see somebody else doing and you try to implement it or tell somebody else about it or take exactly word for word. In the academic space, we call that plagiarizing, right? It's really not your work. You're trying to take credit for somebody's work, but when you're walking authentically in you and you have walked through it, you have done it, you really have the receipts, you really got the battle scars, you really have the proof to show I did this, people will just naturally be attracted to you. And anybody who has worked with me, anybody who has come to me for anything, they will tell you that if I don't know something or if I've never did it, I will tell you, listen, I've never did it. When we did the 5-day challenge, I shared with the ladies how I got started with helping other authors publish their book. And it came by way of a beautiful woman out of Louisiana who lost her sight 10 years prior to coming to me. And she says, the Lord told me you're supposed to help me write my book. Well, ma'am, I've never did this, Miss Gracie. And I don't know how to do that. And I don't think I should be the person. And she says, yeah, God told me. You wrote your own books. You bought my book. You wrote your own books. I did. So it was then when I went to him and like, okay, well, I know how to do it for myself, but I don't really know about doing it for other people. But he was saying the same thing you did for yourself, you now, and you go teach other people to do that. And so that was 2017. So now we're 3 years in because someone saw me being authentic to myself. And so the two words that I would say that best describe a pain point for me is unmasked and unmuted. Is not. So people no longer want to be muzzled. People no longer want to be shut down. People no longer want to stay silent. I'm not sure how many of you heard what happens in the house stays in the house. Well, I believe that's one of the biggest lies that's ever went around. And I know for the African American community, because what happens in the house, the church, the ministry, the car, the city, the state, it goes everywhere with you if you don't get the help you need. And so people don't want to be muzzled. You've seen people, I think like, I'm not sure if the press or somebody said COVID-19 was over, but people are really out like COVID-19 is over, right? So they want their voice heard so much that they say I'm bypassing all these protocol, all this stuff because I want my voice to be heard. That's how much people no longer want to be muzzled, right? A is for shame. People no longer want to be ashamed. That's a pain point for people. They're ashamed. They're ashamed about what happened to them. They're ashamed about what they did. They're ashamed about who they was connected to. They're ashamed about the issues that they had, right? They want freedom from that. S, secretly scared. People, fear has gripped so many people's mouths. Fear has gripped so many people from moving forward. Fear grips people from even doing a Facebook Live. Do you know that Facebook Lives are still the number one way that people are watching other people online getting content? By 2023, companies, big business companies are skated to, I think it's like $100 billion into video marketing. So
Yes.
if you are afraid to go live, for some of you, for a lot of you, especially if you're trying to reach people that you would have never met before, you are losing out on a market that's going to be beneficial to you. Now, I will tell you, social media is a start, because if they decided to take down this free site, which we are thankful for it, if they decide to take away any of these free sites, or they switch and say this now is a paid site, you have to pay to be on it, how will you connect with those people who are connected with you? So social media shouldn't be the only way that you're connecting, but social media is definitely a game changer. I met a lot of people online. Me and Tameka, we met offline, right? So I believe this, you can meet online, you got to cultivate your relationships offline. I met her through my our coach. She's currently my coach, and I think she's still Coach Tameka sometimes. Dr. Girl will, right? We met because we was in a group, right? I actually met her because Dr. Cheryl did something online. She hosted a 90-day program. So we was all in it. We had a Facebook group, Impact Nation. If you're not a part of Impact Nation, I would encourage you to go and join the group. And so we came together and we met up in person, right? But had I missed that opportunity, that window of opportunity to get connected online, I would have missed the great opportunity to build a relationship with Tameka offline. And I always share this. I share this in this challenge group. Pictures are good for your ego. Pictures are good for your ego. Relationships are beneficial for your life. I can post a whole bunch of pictures that I got in this phone to make people think I'm something, been somewhere and been with people. But at the end of the day, if I don't have a relationship with them and I really can't call them, I really can't reach out to them, it's only good for my ego for people to give me likes and comments. Oh my God, I know you was with whatever. But it's the relationships that's going to help you guys. So we have secretly scared, fear. Don't allow fear to grip you. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. So we had a call on Friday with Dr. Cheryl in Elevate Entourage, and she had Lisa Nichols as the expert speaker, right? And Lisa talked about, she says, because fear wasn't going to go away, I said, you're going to come with me. So for some of you, if you're scared, take fear with you. If you're scared to do a Facebook Live, still click on. A lot of people don't know this, but when I go live, I am very nervous most of the time. And when I'm doing something, Tameka, like you wouldn't believe, and what I do, and only people know me. So like, I've been doing this summer learning series with 4 women, and it's been reaching many places, academic spaces. These women are like powerful, and I'm like, okay, Lord, you put me on this panel with them, okay. But before we go live, because we come on, we do the running show, how everything's gonna go. We greet the speaker of the hour. So I go to the bathroom like 3 or 4 times because I'm so nervous. And then one of the ladies, she's an old lady, she says, okay, baby, go ahead. And I come back, I sit down. I said, I gotta go back to the bathroom again. Like, I go like 3 or 4 times. When I come on my own lives, I have to go to the bathroom like 3 or 4 times. That's why I told you, give me 5. First I told you, I said 6 minutes. Then I said, give me more 12. Then I said, I'm gonna come on 5. Because, I was waking up, but then I get nervous. So I figure if I'm gonna be nervous, if I'm gonna be a little scared, it's going to come right here. And once you get out and start doing it because you're being authentic yourself, it becomes natural. Like, it's like, I'm just talking. Me and Tameka just having a conversation with you because it's us. And it's not something you got to conjure up. It's just being yourself. And
Yeah.
um don't be worried. I used to worry recently about the way I sounded, about my North Carolina accent, if I was saying words correctly, because a lot of times people ask you, what do you teach? And I said, oh, I teach reading. So reading and writing. And so a lot of people look and think, oh, well, maybe I should be speaking a certain way. And so I would let that hold me back a lot of times. But now I figure, let me just bring it with me. So don't allow fear to stop you. Don't allow fear to stop you. Yesterday, to me, I'm not sure if you saw it, but Karen Cherry was on Speak Life with me, and she's from Mississippi. She has a very southern accent, but that lady was dropping bombs on us. People don't care about that as long as they can understand what you're saying, and what you're saying is good information. They will listen to you. So don't allow anything to stop you. Some people talk about their weight being an issue. Some people don't do lives because of their weight. Some people don't do lives because of their hair. Now I'm gonna tell you this: when sometimes when my hair be like jacked, hey, I don't really want to do it. But
Listen.
let me
Listen.
you look beautiful. When I had this whole natural thing going with COVID, I was like, listen, I don't know about this, but so that's why I put on pearls and stuff to come on your show, because I figure, let me put that on. That way they'll be distracted by that. But I'm telling you, don't let these small things intimidate you and keep you afraid from going live and doing what you're supposed to and reaching out to people for real. The K is knotted. When you're knotted up and you're tied up with the wrong people. I believe that I was looking at some, I love Facebook memories, because sometimes it shows you where you were and where you currently are. And last year, this time, I did a series called Is Your Tribe Really Your Trap? You gotta know who you connected to for real. Your environment absolutely matters. Some people are tied up and tangled up, and they trying to figure out how can they get out of this situation. How can they get from out of this? That's a pain point for some people, being connected to the wrong people. Embarrassed. And I think Tameka talked about it. I think Dr. Jennifer Jones Bryant had posted that up, being embarrassed. That's a pain point for me. People don't want to be embarrassed about what they did. People don't want to be embarrassed about what they said. People don't want to be embarrassed about where they used to be. And so you have to tap into that. And if that's something that you can talk to somebody about, you can tap into that and show them how they can get on the other side of embarrassment. The same way Tameka was able to get on the other side of, her process and her journey with being a mother and infertility for all of these years, for 18 years. Like, that's a process. You have a victory story. You have a testimony right now that you can help somebody else. Now, I don't believe that we are where we want to be, but I can tell you right now, I ain't where I used to be. So I can't teach you everything, but I can teach you something. So whatever it is that you can teach somebody that you already came out of, do that. Guess what? Your testimony, you don't have to Google that. Your testimony, you don't have to get on Internet Explorer for that. Your testimony, you don't have to go and search in Facebook trends for that. On your testimony, you don't have to go answerthepublic.com. You don't have to do that, because it's in your heart. You're the testimony. You're the walking, breathing answer that somebody is really totally looking for. And then the last one is D, doubtful. Stop being doubtful that what you have is not enough for somebody else. We are all called to some people. So you have to be able to tap into the doubt of other people. Then these are my pain points, but there are a lot of people who think they can't do certain things. There are a lot of people who think they can't write a book. They can't be a published author. They can't be a speaker. They can't host events and people actually pay to come to them. Like, stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself and just do it. So while I'm sharing these pain points, it's also inspirational and educational for you to say, listen, you got what it takes, get going and doing it. You have what it takes, get going and doing it. Stop waiting for other people. If you're looking for people to validate you, you may never get started. If you're looking for people to pat you on the back and say, oh my God, you're doing a great job, you may still be sitting here looking at me and Tameka next week. You might go play the video, the replay back over again. If you do got the replay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go share it with your friend, your family, your friends. Go share it with your mom, okay? Because these older women, they got a story that need to be told, right? They keeping it all in, but what you keep, it may not come out the way you thought it would come out. You may not tell somebody, hey, I've been abused, or hey, I've been in a domestic violence situation, or hey, I've been waiting for a child, me and my husband together, or hey, me and my spouse, our relationship not working. You may not verbally say that, but it comes out through your actions. And then you got to figure out, who are you attracted to and why? What do they have to offer you? Or what is it that you're looking for them for? What solutions do they have? Why do you listen to certain people? Why do you follow Tameka? Why are you a part of her groups? Why do you come on and be a part of events with her? There's something in her that attracts you to it. In the same way, there's something in other people that attracts them to you. So you got to figure out, why do people come to me? Right. And I hope it's not coming because you a trash can and you gossiping to people. I hope that's not the reason why people come to you. But why are people coming to you? What are they looking for when they come to you? And you can, hey, pretty girl, hey, pretty mama, you look like your mama. So when people are coming to you, you got to figure out, why are they coming to me? What are they looking for when they come to me? What solutions, what answers should I have that they're coming to me about, that they already prayed about? Now, for some of you who just joined us, we said at the beginning, a lot of times people say, oh, let me pray about it. It's really, they're hiding. A lot of that is hid behind fear. And we already prayed that our brother Jesus was going to answer your prayer tonight. And so for some of you, this is already answered prayer. Like, man, I was just talking about it. Man, I was just thinking about that. So you got to make sure that, when people are coming to you, just pay attention to it. Tameka talking about the writing part, the character sketch, give them a name. What's their pain points? I would say for your target market, because, as a publisher and a writer and a speaker, when it comes down to books and stuff, everybody is not your target audience. People say, oh, my business for everybody. Your business can't. It may be, but it should not be, because everybody is not going to buy it. But when you speak specifically to that woman, and when you speak specifically to that man, when you speak specifically to that issue that they do not want, but you have the answer to, they'll know that you're talking about them. When Tameka speaks specifically about infertility, right, for 18 years, when she came on and shared in the 5-day challenge class, there was one woman that said, I'm glad you said that. There's one woman that said, I'm glad you said that, because guess what? Tameka was speaking to her target audience. And this is the thing, you can't get caught up in thinking, well, because especially when we look at people, we just assume all kinds of stuff about people that we don't even know. But if she would have only came in and saw these ladies and said, well, maybe I'll switch it up real quick. Because people good for switching up what God done told them to do. People good for trying to sugarcoat and change up the story, they testimony. Why? If she wouldn't have never said what she said, that young woman may have never received the breakthrough or the courage to share. So you got to make sure that when you're sharing, you share from your position, because those people who are called to you, guess what? They're going to tell you that you're going to know that that's your audience, because they're going to want to know more. They're going to say, thank you so much. So for some of you might say, hey, I already know this stuff. That's fine. For those, some of you may say, oh yeah, I already do this stuff. That's great. But we know there's a market out here for people who say, you know what? I didn't know that I could use my story. I didn't know that even though I'm not 1,000% where I want to be, that I can help somebody based on where I am right now. Some people did not know that. So we want to come on to share it with you. What are your pain points? And then what pain points have you went over that you can help somebody else? In addition, again, with the character sketch, you can give your person a name. You can talk about their pain point. I mean, think about the experience. Maybe write down 3 experiences that you went through that you already overcome. And then you speak to that person based on that experience. You speak to that person based on how you felt at the time. Because what you're doing, you're attracting other people who are in the situation that you used to be in, that you're no longer there. And that's why you have to do it from an authentic place. Because if you're trying to teach somebody about something that you maybe, and I'm not saying you cannot totally be out of it, but you shouldn't still be in the midst of something. Oh yeah, I just got beat up last night, but I'm gonna go help women, and this is not to minimize domestic violence at all. But if you're in a situation where you just came out of something last night, you said, oh, I'm gonna talk about it and help somebody else, I don't think that should be your stance that you take. Now, do you talk about it with somebody else that's helping you? Because writing for me became therapy. Writing for me was like deliverance for me, to write this stuff down, to get it out, to talk about it. For those of you who can't really talk about your pain points right now verbally, write it down. Talk to God about it, pray about it, and then eventually you can be able to share. I did not start on social media talking about the thing about my pain points, about what I overcome. It started writing on a piece of paper, typing it up. I had a mentor. Then I went and shared in the classroom with a couple people. And then I was sharing a little more. And then I was sharing a little more. So it was like a progression. So you got to know what steps do you need to take in order for your pain points to now become stepping stones of healing for other people. One of my friends said this to me: when you in it, it's for you. When you come out of it, it's for somebody else. Imagine you are the hold up for somebody else getting their breakthrough. Imagine you are the hold up for somebody going to their next level. Imagine God has charged you to release this story so it can help somebody else, and you still talking about, oh no, I can't do that. Okay, I can't say that. I ain't got enough degrees. I ain't got enough schooling. I ain't got enough credentials. I told Tameka this once before, and Tameka, I'm gonna stop because I feel, you know, I feel my help coming.
No, I felt it. I felt it. It's there. It is there. Okay.
I'm gonna digress, but I showed Tameka that I'm so big on the heart of a teacher, being an educator, because there's a lot of people who have degrees. There's a lot of people who have titles that some were given to them, some they just created, some that, you know, felt good. So let me put it here. But there's a lot of people who have titles and degrees who will look down on other people who don't. They will make them feel bad. And the woman who helped me first write my story, she was on her way to college, senior year, basketball scholarship, academic scholarship. That summer, she ended up getting her boyfriend. He was robbing banks. Now she went to jail. The judge said, I should give you 135 years. She said she gave her 4 years. She went to prison. She is now a convicted felon. But that lady, when she told her story, when she talked about what she had been through, I said, I need to connect with her. She taught me how to tell my story and write my books. So if you're looking for somebody with specific degrees or specific credentials, now depending on what it is, you may need all of that. But I'm telling you, you don't need another degree. I'm telling you, you don't need another certificate to tell your own story. You are degree. God is already credential. I don't know if this word. He's already credentialized you to tell your story. He's already credentialized you to help somebody else get out of their pain point. So yeah, I'm going to stop there because I could just keep on going. But
listen. This was not intended to be an hour session, but I don't stop Simene. Simene is full of knowledge. She is full of knowledge. She's full of amazing ideas. She has a brilliant mind. And this is all about sharing. This is all about sharing how to do what it is, what you see, content beyond Google. So tap it into your pain point. Y'all just heard her give her pain point. When you can talk like her and be authentic as she is about her pain points, she knows her pain points. When you can tap into your own pain points, now you can talk to somebody else. And that's what this is all about. Tonight's presentation is all about the pain points, how to find content beyond Google. The first lesson is about your pain points. Make sure y'all share this out if you haven't shared it, but then also make sure you tune in on next Monday with us. Make sure you tune in on next Friday with us as well, because we have 2 more amazing ideas of how do you create content beyond Google. Now, before we wrap this thing up, I want Simene to let you know what it is that we have to offer you all. This is absolutely amazing. As she said, this is actually our first time coming together, sharing information, creating something that is going to definitely help a lot of men and women. Now, I know mainly my platform is all about women. Yes, it's all about women. However, we are not going to exclude men out, because there are some men who are pro women's empowerment. And so we want to make sure that we allow them the opportunity to learn how to talk to us too. Okay. So, Simene, if you want to wrap us up by letting them know what it is that we have to offer them.
I surely will. And guys, remember, so there's going to be a call to action, right? So you giving people something to do. And Tameka, I definitely want you to share about the event that you got coming up with your with your collaboration of man.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yes.
so we're
This
gonna be
is
on next week talking about help a reporter out. Okay, so for some of you who don't know what that is, we're gonna come and talk about that. Next Friday, we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about core QUORA. We're gonna talk about that one, and I'll be sharing different little links and stuff that you can go through, and I'm pretty sure Tameka will be sharing some different things for you as well, leading up to that. But then next Saturday, June 27th. 2020, June 27, 2020. We're going to be doing a masterclass called Content Beyond Google. And so we're going to give you handouts, worksheets. We're going to get more in depth in what you need. We're going to give you some of the blueprints of what we have, we have exactly did in our businesses to share and create content that was beneficial and helpful to other people. And so that's next Saturday, June 27, 2020. If you are not a part of the Pray, Speak, Write, and Publish Facebook group we have started off a small group, but it's going to grow into a mighty nation. And so if you have not joined that, join that. I'm still accepting a few more offers for the Unmute Yourself anthology that we're doing. So if you want more information, I can send the information about that. I have a 60-day program, self-publishing program, and she helped me get that all the way together. So you can get the information from that. But make sure you're just being yourself and taking what I always say, pain, you pay me. Pain will pay me and my bank account will shout hallelujah. So stop allowing that to burden you down. Stop allowing that to cripple you, but actually use it. God says that everything works together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Don't allow your pain points to keep you in bondage, but use them to break forth and break free.
absolutely, absolutely. So this has been amazing. I'm excited, totally excited to be partnering with Simene on this masterclass. As she said, June 27, 2020. Make sure y'all click the link. Matter of fact, we're going to make the link go live. Is it going to be live tonight? When are we making it live, Mama?
Oh yeah, the link will be live tonight.
Yes. So be on the lookout for that graphic and that link. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So if you are looking for a community of women to join to creating your streams of income, be beyond Google, beyond our masterclass, I have a group at Mom Millionaires. It is full of women who are women and moms, but they are looking to build, create, scale their businesses into global platforms. And that's what it's all about. That's the women that I help. That's how I help them. I help them by teaching them how to create content, teaching them how to create those streams. And so you're welcome to join at any time. Find us at My Millionaires, and also be on the lookout for this coming Saturday. I have a masterclass, and it's all about growing your digital platforms. I'm partnered with Rohan Chaube. Excellent, just brilliant little brain he has. Well, not little brain, but big brain he has. But it's all about growing your platform on 4 major platforms. We have Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. So make sure that if you haven't registered for that yet, reserve your virtual seat. You don't want to miss out on it. This is the real deal. Snow Fluff, he's known as not even America's, the world's #1 growth hacker. He knows how to help you grow your platforms with the right people. And it's not about your numbers. It's not about having all these big numbers that you can't do anything with. Nobody's following you. Nobody's tuning into you. It's all about the right people, having the right followers that's going to want to hear what you have to say, want to learn from you. So make sure you tune in. Make sure you reserve your virtual seat for this Saturday and next Saturday on the 27th with Simene and myself on the Content Beyond Google Masterclass with the digital content gurus. Hello.
Yep.
Yes. So thank you all for getting tuning in with us. We've had fun. We've had great conversation. We hope that you've gotten out of tonight what we intended for you to get. And we hope that you tune in with us next Monday as we talk about another source of content beyond Google. So y'all have a good evening. I'm Tameka Chapman.
I'm Simene Walden, and Jesus is our bruh.
Have a good night, y'all.
Good night. That's so